Wondering how you can make your tile surfaces look durable? I'm sure you've seen those 30-second videos where it all looks really simple, but the reality is quite different. In fact, there are quite a few steps that are involved in laying a tile or installation of these tile or tile related products. Well, luckily for you, today we are going to be talking all about the accessories and the products that are used in laying tiles or installing these different tile products. And what we are also going to tell you is how to use these products and how they help your tile installation. So let's quickly grab a seat and have a chat about that. Welcome back, guys. This is Mayuri reporting to you guys straight from My Tiles display center in Bangalore today. And as I was saying, we are going to be talking about the tile accessories today. So it's a very, very important topic. So stay glued onto your screen because we are going to take each category, each specific product, and we'll get into the details of it. So if you've been looking to understand all of this, definitely do subscribe to the channel and share it with anybody who wants it. So today we will be looking at 6 accessories that are essential to tile installation. One being spacers, cementitious grout and admix, epoxy grout and sparkling grout, tile adhesives, sealers, and beading for tiles. But before that, My Tiles is your one-stop shop for all your tiling needs. From basics to high-end styles, My Tiles' exclusive collection of premium tiles and tiling accessories offers nothing but the best. Shop online at mytiles.com now. So one of the most common questions that I get from my clients, right, is how do we keep our newly installed tiles in the project, right, or in their home looking bright, new and shiny, right, forever? Well, honestly, if you ask me, the secret to that successful, longevity of tile life is primarily the installation. It's like, if you have the installation spot on, you will not have problems with tile as such over a period of time, right? Even if it's a high traffic area or a space that actually has a rough usage, if the tile installation is done correctly, it will always. So a proper installation is very, very important. And the key to a proper installation is using the right accessories. They matter a lot because it's like they are the right tools to be used to get the right product out, right? So for the first particular accessory that we will be talking about to you today is spacers. Spacers are extremely important to tile installation, and these plastic pieces that you're looking at over here, right, are called as spacers. They are made of plastic and they are basically inserted between the two tiles to create a uniform gap around that particular tile, so that when you fill it with grout, and we will talk about grout also in detail, it will actually allow to have a uniform spacing, right? So that is one of the most important things as far as spacers are concerned, and why they are really important is also what we'll talk about. Let me quickly show you how they are used. So now we are kicking off the series with the first accessory for tile, that is the spacers. Spacers are extremely important and play a very, very important role in having your tiles live a long life, not get chipped, etc. We'll talk about what specifically are spacers. So these plastic pieces that look like little X's, right, over here, I'll show you another one which is a 2 mm. This is a plastic spacer. So these plastic spacers are basically little X's that you insert in the gap near your tiles. So we've already kept a few over here. What it does is it helps in maintaining a uniform gap. So if it is a 2 mm, 3 mm, 5 mm, 8 mm, whatever it is, that much space will be maintained all across all the tiles, along the edges as well as the corners. What it does is it allows the grouting to be done seamlessly well. So all the space that is created around the tile actually gets filled by grout. We will talk about grouts in detail, but what I want to tell you is grout allows your tile to have the sturdiness around its sides and allows that correct installation in a very seamless way. It also makes it look aesthetically pleasing and provides that support that the tile needs so that it doesn't move from its place after installation. It does not have unnecessary gaps or uneven gaps around it. Tile spacers come in different sizes, namely 2 mm, 3 mm, 5 mm, 8 mm and 10 mm. All these sizes have different uses. We'll discuss this in detail right now. So here we are now looking at the 2 mm spacers. 2 mm spacers are extremely popular because they go along with a lot of varieties of tiles and they provide the right kind of support. This is a minimum recommendation, right, to have a 2 mm spacer. So they are used for that slickness in terms of aesthetics and the support that the tile needs, because it helps you seal all 4 sides of the tile and make it, you know, unchippable or uncrackable for that matter, right? So here also we have lined them up for you. These are subway tiles, glossy subway tiles that we're looking at, and we've shown you all around these all the sides. You will see that all these you know, spacers have been put over here so that the right kind of gapping is, a uniform gapping is created, and you can then fill it up with the grout of your choice. You can go for black, white, whatever you want to go. Grouts are available in 50+ colors. We'll talk about grouts in detail in some time. So now we are looking at a 10 mm spacer, and I was talking to you about how they are really used. 8 or 10 mm ones are used for primarily brick cladding. So brick cladding requires a bit of a thickness or in terms of the grout lines, and the reason that they are used is because they provide that little bit of vintage effect, and I think that can only be achieved when you use these big spacers, right? The 10 mm spacers over here. As you can see, we've already laid some around that. When you fill these spaces with, say, a grey grout or a white grout, depending on the type of look you are trying to achieve, that is where they will play a functional as well as an aesthetic role. Therefore, your tile spacers are extremely important. I would never recommend them to be skipped. A lot of people, for their initial aesthetics, they might think, oh, you know, let's do a paper joint, but it's always recommended to go for your 2 mm spacers, 8 mm, 3 mm, whatever is relevant. Paper joints are not highly recommended if you want to go long far with those tiles of yours, or for that matter your brick cladding. So just sharing these, please take a screenshot if you want to kind of keep in mind what type of spacers are being used over here. Wide grout lines provide the most retro and vintage feel. Remember those gaps around the tiles that we just spoke about when we put the placers? It's time to fill those gaps with grouts. So today we're going to be talking about grouting options, and you know, of course, what types of grouts exist, but this is one of the most important selections that you will make when you're laying or installing those tiles, because that's where all the sealing and keeping the tile in its place, right, not allowing it to move here and there, is what your grout really does, provides the right type of support. So let's talk about that in detail now. So now we are looking at grouts. The first type of grout is the cementitious grout. Cementitious grout is also called as plain grout. Now what is really a grout? It is a powder, very fine powder of probably the cement that is used, something on those lines. It's a mix of polymers and other chemicals that are used to make a powder based cement, basically, that eventually gets converted into a liquid, or not a liquid but like a paste, which then gets filled in those gaps on the side, which is 2 mm spacer, 3 mm, 5 mm, whatever, right? Now when you're looking at the cementitious grout, one thing which you need to understand is that it provides a lot of strength and support on the side of the tiles, right? So therefore, My Tiles also recommends another product to support your endeavor to have long lasting tiles, which is this. This is basically an Ace Mix Grout Admix. It's also called as Admix. Just if you want to come and ask for it, just say I want Admix. This is a 400 ml bottle. what you do is when you mix it with water typically, right, with cement, you can mix this with 1 kg. 400 ml of admix is mixed with 1 kg of your cement based grout or plain grout as we call it, right? With this, if you mix it, it will ensure that your tiles have higher longevity. It will help prevent mildew, mold, protect the tile basically from sites slightly better than just using the plain grout alone. So this is a very important step I wanted to talk to you about. Let's talk about product details now. The constant exposure to sunlight and moisture and other external factors will not affect the surface of your tile, and that's exactly what protection a grout provides. So now, before we dive into the details of what, how much, all of that of the grout bit, one thing I want to call out to you regarding the cement based grout is the storage. It's very important to note that you store this particular grout very carefully. If this grout comes into contact with, say, water, because it is cement based, it will form a solid waste for you in that case, because it cannot be then used as a grout, right? So please keep in mind that your storage is in a dry and a cool place. That's number one. Now let's talk about product details, right? So I was telling you that this Acebond cement based grout comes in many colors as well. If you're looking at this over here, these are the sample of colors that you can see over here. I'm going to show you, we'll give you a close-up shot of that as well, so you can actually identify the colors that are there in this Acebond that's recommended by My Tiles. Now, talking about how do we use, or how much to be used. So, for example, if you're buying, say, a 1 kg packet of Acebond, if you're trying to cover, say, for example, 4 square feet of space, I'm talking about space and I'm not saying tile, because suppose if you're using a grout line which is, say, 8 to 10 mm, then your grout will get used more and your tiles will be used less. So typically it's not used for tiles, it is used for brick cladding. So if you're, say, looking at brick cladding, your brick cladding will go low with the higher thickness of your grout line, which means more grout will be used. For example, if you're going for, say, a tile which only has 2 mm spacers being used, your 1 kg grout can line more than even 4 square feet of space that needs to be covered by that tile, but the tiles used will be more. So that is the calculation that you need to understand. Therefore, we always recommend, My Tiles always speaks to their customers about hiring an expert or coming and discussing their options, the space, the tiles, etc. with the team and executives over here. Speak to them, understand what's the requirement so that there is no misunderstanding. So last but not the least, the pricing. Pricing of a kilo of this Ace grout or Acebond, which is recommended by My Tiles, ranges around 200 to 250 rupees per kg. So, it allows you ample of coverage within this 1 kg if you're using 2 mm spacers, and it can go upwards depending upon the type of spacers and tiles you're using. Epoxy grout is a variety of grouts like cement based grout, right? So there are 2 types typically that are used, cementitious grout and epoxy based grout. Epoxy based grout is again a mix of synthetic polymers. It is made from synthetic polymers, and it has much higher resistance to moisture, to any kind of weather conditions, etc. Therefore, it is primarily preferred for wet spaces, semi-wet spaces, right, where it can provide that durability, that strength, that longevity that you're seeking. So in case of epoxy grout, how does it really come? This is a product that we are showing you here. Within the epoxy grout, if you see, there are sparkling colors as well, and there are solids, just the way you saw in case of the normal plain grout. Epoxy grout comes in this kind of a packaging. It comes in a box like this. When you open it, you will come across the Acepoxy. This is a recommended product by My Tiles. This is called as Acepoxy epoxy grout application method. They have given all the application details. There are 2 bottles over here, 1 bottle here, 1 bottle here. So let's call it, for your ease of understanding, part A part B. It comes with a sponge. I'll tell you why this sponge is also included in this. And then there is a part C, which is basically a powder formation, right? So when we look at this, we mix part A with part B, and then we mix it with part C, which is this epoxy filler powder. Yeah. Now epoxy as a component or as a material is extremely strong, and it dries somewhere between 6 hours to 72 hours. So you kind of will have that drying time. But one thing which you need to ensure, versus say cement based grout, is that once epoxy dries off, it will form a film on your tile, right? And that does not go easily. It cannot be included it cannot be excluded from the installation afterwards. Cement can still be removed, but epoxy cannot be removed. So in order to clean it up properly post installation, they give you a sponge. So as soon as it is applied, there is another person. Typically epoxy grout installations are done with 2 people together. It's that way, it's much easier. So one will continue to apply, and the second person will use this scrubber kind of a thing, or a sponge, you can say, with slight wetness, not dripping off, and it basically you can remove it like this using circular motions. That's how it is used, and then the excess is removed. The tiles along with the grout is basically allowed to dry for from 6 hours to 72 hours. Once it's completely dry, then they are safe to be used. It provides great amount of longevity. Epoxy tiles, epoxy grouts are also recommended for very expensive or premium tiles. One thing that you need to remember, apart from of course its functional reasons, because these tiles are so premium, you do not want them to get chipped, etc. So as a precautionary measure also, a lot of interior designers and architects prefer to use epoxy grout versus cementitious for those expensive installations. So we have spoken about a lot in terms of installation, what materials come inside. Let's talk about pricing. So if you start with say a 1 kg pack, it's about 1000 rupees. When it goes up to say 5 kg, it becomes 3500 rupees. And if it's 10 kg, it is about 6500 rupees as well. Now that is about pricing, but what's really important over here is that as you go higher, the pricing gets economical as well. And for people who are say introducing it to a tile layer who has not done epoxy before, or a tile layer itself is purchasing and he has to install these tiles, it's always good to know the installation instructions to the T. So when you are picking up this box from My Tiles or from anywhere else for that matter, you must read all the instructions given below. They have been absolutely clear about how the tile needs to be installed, how the grout needs to be mixed. There are product description, applications, installation guidance has been given step by step, how you need to prepare the surface, how you need to mix the entire mixing procedure, the application procedure, even the removal of excess grout has been clearly explained on this. So, and then cleaning of joints, and then finally protection for the job site. Wherever you are applying them, how do you protect the site so that nothing gets disturbed until it is ready for use, right? These are the details that I mentioned. So here the everybody, whether it is My Tiles or for that matter the company over here that is selling these, are ensuring that you understand the installation instructions clearly. Please do follow them to the T so that you can get the right result and there are no gaps for the tile as well as for your understanding. Secondly, they come in more than 50 colors in sparkling as well as solids. Definitely do check out all these details. Even on the website, these details are mentioned under the product category. So another important thing that you need to know is that epoxy grout comes into three categories or grades, as you can call them. One is the interior grade, which is for your interior residential projects and basically within the house, right? Second is the exterior grade, which is exterior applications, patios, outdoor spaces, etc. And third is the industrial grade. Industrial grade is perfect to be used for commercial spaces because of course, the tiles and any other selection that you do for a commercial space is primarily keeping the traffic in mind or the usage in mind. That's something that you need to note. Apart from that, like I mentioned earlier, right, when we talk about expensive tiles, epoxy is a great choice. So expensive tiles are, say, mirror finish, 3Ds, metallic tiles, some very nice high glossy tiles. These are the kind of tiles that need that support that epoxy provides. So definitely do use these. And also some of these very nice tiles, say high glossy tiles, if you want to pair them with something more glamorous or glittery, you can go for some very beautiful metallic grouts like rose gold, gold, silver. They really help you amp up that look and give it a lot of character, especially if you're going for, say, a very nice lounge area, or you want to add that little bit of tint over there in the tiles, in the flooring or in the wall. These are the ones to be used. So now, after spacers and after grout comes another important part, which is tile adhesives. They are called as tile adhesives. Let's talk about what really are tile adhesives. So this is an industrial grade. So right now, if you look at these packets, they are basically filled with tile adhesives of different grades. Tile adhesives are industrial grade bonding material. These are used to ensure that your tiles are, properly laid on the floor or on the wall. Now, typically a misconception that used to exist is only cement and sand can be used to lay tiles, but that's not the case. Tile adhesives are a more reliable material, and over here, like you see, they come in different grades: 3 stars, 5 stars, 7 stars, 9 stars, etc. So the higher the stars, the higher is the bonding capacity or the bonding strength. So that is one thing which you need to keep in mind. Now, why are they used typically? Why is there a need when people were using, say, cement and sand? So you may have come across a time, or if you haven't, then this is something new that I would like to share with you. Sometimes when you're walking on a floor, when you're walking, say, with your heels or shoes on it, you will feel that there is a hollow segment in the floor itself. That hollow segment is a fault while installation. Tiles should never feel hollow underneath because eventually they will crack. Someday somebody will come and keep something heavy and those tiles will crack. So in order to avoid a hollow segment, a tile adhesive should be used, because sometimes these gaps are left, some air pockets get created or something when you're using sand and cement, and that kind of gap gets left behind and it causes hollowness. Eventually the tile cracks or gets chipped, whatever. So to avoid all that, you need to have tile adhesives. Tile adhesives are now what they are basically made into a paste and applied, and then you lay the tile on it. Now for very specific places like swimming pools, grout is not the only thing that one applies. In fact, typically my tile recommends that you must not depend on grout. You must use, for example, for a swimming pool where it is a wet space, right, all year round, you must use these tile adhesives with some other components. They are mixed together and then that is applied to give that strength to your swimming pool tiles so that they never have any leakage, crack, etc. These are also sometimes called as rough cement. Industrial grade one, so they are also called as, that's a general term that gets sort of they get known by, but they're primarily tile adhesives only. So let's now talk about more in detail about tile adhesives now. Tile size, thickness of tile or height and location matter a lot when deciding what type of adhesive will you be going for. Kitchen backsplash, regular ceramic tiles, 1x1 tiles, 2x1 tiles typically need a 3-star or a 5-star bond adhesive. A brick cladding and stone cladding or 2x4 tiles and even bigger slabs typically need 7-star or 9-star adhesive. So when you are talking about adhesives, There are two variants in colors that they come in. If you look at this package, so there is white written over here, there's white written over here as well somewhere. So white, and you have the next variant which is grey color. A lighter and a darker variant are given specifically because, for example, say if you're looking at brick cladding, you get brick cladding in typical terracotta brown ones. Those can be installed using a grey one. But for a white brick cladding, we have to be careful. So we always use a white tile adhesive over there. In this case, these are both 7 stars, perfect for your brick cladding, stone cladding, etc. So here in this case, you need to keep that very much in mind. Use a white one so that there is a seamless, there is no color transfer that might happen and spoil your cladding. So, well, most important thing, we are towards the end of this particular section, but I just want to call out, My Tiles always recommend that please don't go by the word of a contractor saying that you should include sand with cement. Please try and make an informed decision, go through the installation instructions and try to pick up a tile adhesive for installing your tiles or brick claddings. Another important thing that you need to remember is that whatever surface that you're putting a tile adhesive on is properly chiseled, it's clean of devoid of any dust and paint. If you are, say, installing a cladding or any other such tile on the plywood, please get a clear understanding on the grade or the star of the bonding agent, which is the tile adhesive in this case. Please speak to the executives at My Tiles or get an expert involved when you're doing these kind of installations. If you are a DIYer, get full information before you go ahead and DIY something like this. So now your tiles have been laid, they have been grouted, they have been properly installed, etc., or for that matter cladding in that case. So what else do we need? So that's where your sealers come into picture. Here, if you're looking at it, these are sealers that are used for stone cladding or mural cladding. I will talk about what is used where, right? So if you look at this one, this is the Impregno sealer. Impregno is also called as the matte sealer. This is a sealer which can be sprayed on your stone cladding like this or any other cladding. This gives a matte finish, which means there will not be a sheen because of the sealer. But what the sealer does primarily is it protects the cladding, that stone, from getting dusty, dirty over a period of time, because they do have a lot of nooks and crannies. On the other hand, when you look at this one, which is the wet look or wet mate sealer, this one when sprayed on a stone will change its look. It will give it a wet look, which is when actual stone is passed under water, how that particular stone will look after it comes out. That is the wet look with water sprayed on it, right? Like that kind of a look. But that will be available with the sealer being sprayed on it. When the sealer is sprayed on it, not only will it protect it from dust and other small dust particles that get caught in the stone nooks and crannies, but it will also give it that wet look. Now let's check out what type of stones need this or are being used with the wet look of sealer, and what is where we can use only matte ones. So for example, when you look at these over here, these kind of stones, they have a different look when they are dry and they have a very different look when they are wet. Typically under waterfalls, you would have seen them when water flows on it, they look very nice, slick black, right? Or grey, whatever, black or grey ones. But when they are dry completely, they look slightly like a slate grey. That difference is there in a dry and a wet look. So these typically are sprayed with wet look or wet look sealers so that they can always have that shine on them. So here we are spraying this sealer, which is a wet look sealer. Look at how it has changed the look of the stone just by a simple spray of this. So it had a very slate grey or grey color, and now it is looking shiny and it has a very nice gentle shine. that makes it look very, very nice and almost as if it has, you know, just been under a waterfall. So that's the beauty of using a sealer. So in this case over here we are looking at a sandstone cladding, and here also if you see, the wet look is very different from the dry look. What it does is, see, if you just analyze and think about it, stones by and large are porous. It's a porous material. In fact, not by and large, they are a porous material, correct? Anything that has pores will collect dust in it over a period of time. What a sealer does, it uses exactly like its name, it actually seals the pores. Once the pores are sealed, they cannot attract any dust inside the pores, and therefore a sealant is really great to protect your stone, any kind of stone. Of course, the shine part is a part whether you're using a matte or an impregno one or you're using a wet look one. But primarily the purpose of a sealant is to protect your stone from collecting any more dust. Particular one we wanted to show you, this has actually sealant sprayed on it, and this side was the actual stone. We have sprayed matte on it, and as you can see, there is no difference between the two, because from a stone perspective it looks exactly same, and that's how this same stone is used to make murals. So your murals, if they are sprayed with say a matte a matte sealant, they will continue to have the same dry look and will continue to be low maintenance because of the reason that your sealant is applied. Sealant really ensures that you don't have to deep clean these stone claddings etc. very often. So now let's look at the pricing. So when you look at the impregno or the matte sealant, they are priced around 1000 rupees per bottle, and this one, which is the wet look one, is priced around 1200 rupees per bottle. Now if you look at this bottle, both of them are a liter. Basically these are 1 liter bottles. And when you are applying, like me over here, we have applied using a spray bottle, a mister, basically a mist bottle. If you don't have that, you can also apply it using a brush. These are the two methods by which you can apply and protect your beautiful stone claddings. So we are now on to our last accessory of the day today, which is beadings. Beadings are nothing but these kind of plastic trims that are added on the edges or the corners of tiles to basically prevent any kind of accidents or mishaps, provide that added safety, because ceramic tiles also sometimes can be very sharp and they can have sharp edges. Apart from that, for aesthetic reasons, to give a tile installation a very clean look, beadings are used. Now here we are looking at quite a few colors that are available in these beadings. Beadings are typically of two types. One is an interior edge and second is for exterior edge. So those type of beadings can be used. Another one thing which you need to understand is they come in many colors and you can use them as per your aesthetic to line your niches, to line the corners of bathrooms, etc. Most importantly, beadings are a must in bathrooms because there, your edges and your accidents should not happen. So in that case, you need to be very, very careful. Please include beadings in your bathroom installations and other places as well. So now let's understand the aesthetics of these. Firstly, because they are made of plastic, they can easily be cut to your desired size. Secondly, they come in matte finish and in many colors, so you can definitely use them for any of the colors that you want to pair them with and create that space according to your liking. They don't come in smaller sizes, so what you need to note is that each of these each slat of each trim comes in around roughly 8 feet size, and then you can cut it into smaller pieces. With tile accessories, it's always a good idea to check the package for detailed information on proportions. The information is listed under instructions. In case of any confusion, please do not hesitate to reach out to the MyTiles team. They'll be happy to assist you. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you know someone who might need this information, do share it with them. We will see you soon in the next episode. Until then, sit tight.